Hey y'all.
Hey. So this is our September garden tour for Homesteaders of America. And I use the term garden tour very loosely because
it's our not so garden tour.
Yeah, it's a little rough down here. Life has been really busy and crazy, and we haven't been down here very much in a good while.
Yeah, probably 2 or 3 weeks.
So, I mean, it's pretty rough. So anyway, but we do have a melon. Look, this beautiful Moon and Stars melon growing here.
Amongst the weeds.
Amongst the weeds, yeah. But it looks really good, so hopefully it tastes good when it's ripe. It's not ready yet, but it's really pretty, so that makes me happy.
Over here, it looks like the raccoons got in our corn and ate every
our corn kind of got over ripe before we got to it.
Kernel of it.
It got overripe, so we decided that we would let it dry out and do seed corn. And the raccoons apparently decided that it was a tasty treat, so
I guess that's what did that. I don't know what else would do all that.
A squirrel maybe too. It's stripped.
Yeah,
it could be squirrels. Anyway,
whatever it was, they stripped every kernel off of it.
One of God's lovely creatures came down here and ate our corn. All of it.
So
there's a few cabbage.
Straggler cabbages, yeah. Yeah,
the bugs got on the cabbage. We didn't get the row cover on it like we had planned, and so
I still may clean this up and put row cover down.
Yeah, I think we should, but we really haven't done a fall garden. We have the rutabaga, and we have a few cabbage plants left that are on the rough side, so we'll see. Yeah. But, you know, it is what it is.
Y'all are seeing it as we're seeing it. We're discovering this with you all.
This is real life, you guys. Sometimes life is busy and something has to give, and looks like the garden is kind of what gave. We had our green beans that we got all those pickings off of, and they finally petered out, so they're gone. There's a lot of mullein growing in there and stuff, so I could harvest that mullein. It's a really great herb. But anyway, so we had planted more green beans, and they came up. But like we were coming down here quite often, and overnight we came down and they had been eaten by the Mexican bean beetle larvae, which are little yellow fuzzy larvae. They're disgusting. They're gross. But anyway, that's beside the point. We came down and they had stripped it. It was like skeletal looking, and that's what they do. A late planting of green beans will often get eaten like that. So it wasn't a complete surprise, a little disappointing because they were starting to get blooms, and we were like, yeah, we're gonna have a second round of green beans. My cucumber, the plants I planted, the second round of cucumber, they just died. They were looking good, and then I came down here and they were all dead. I don't know what happened.
Nope.
But we have a few okra left. We can check those out. And look, the zinnias are still going. We chopped all the sunflowers down because they were pretty much done, and they were choking out the zinnias, and the zinnias are kind of going wild along with the weeds, but that's all right. We have the pretty pink ones, and we have some different colors over here. We have red. Love the red zinnias, and these I really like. They're yellow and pink. They're just beautiful. And
the rutabaga didn't
we had more.
There's only a couple.
Oh, there's some here. There's a few.
Oh, I'm standing on it. Wow.
So you stepping on your rutabaga? There's weeds. I can't find a rutabaga. They're under your feet.
Under the weeds.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a few.
Look, this potato vine we grew up our coast.
Yeah, this was my row marker for my rutabagas.
Don't step. You're about to step on your rutabaga again. Whoop. There you go. That's one way to get the weeds out. Okay, so our zinnias look good, but we're not eating them. But that's okay. It makes us happy. Cucumber.
Okras.
Okras have done crazy good this year. We have honestly failed to preserve much because we've been eating it, and then you know how okra is, like you have to check it twice a day because one day it'll be too small and the next day it's like 3 feet long. Well, not quite, but you know what I mean. So the okra is still huge and growing, and some of these pods will probably leave and let them make seeds. I mean, they have seeds, but let them go big enough to drive seeds.
Over here we have some produce.
We do have something over here. We have had our best pepper year ever.
Ever. By far.
These peppers are still going in there insane. They're like a pepper jungle.
I'm 6'2", and look at how tall these peppers are. I mean, they're taller than you, and you're
5 foot.
Yeah.
And 3/4 of an inch.
So they're 5'3".
$2 me.
But look, we've got more
They're
peppers
amazing.
still.
They're loaded with blooms.
Yep.
We may get a frost sooner than we think though, because it's been getting a little bit cold at night. So, but hopefully not. Hopefully we'll.
We need to pick tomatoes again.
Yeah.
But all this is peppers through here.
Yeah, it looks like a jungle.
We've never had a jungle of peppers, so this is really cool. We have been putting up canning peppers and things like that.
We've been doing a lot of chilies and our burritos.
Yes. You know what's strange is our bell peppers didn't make a lot of peppers this year.
No, we were really hoping for bell peppers, and we've only had maybe 3 or 4 peppers off the plant. Our tomatoes are again falling because that's what they seem to be doing this year, but they're doing really well, and I really need to get down here and pick because there's a ton. And we have canned some. We canned 20 quarts of a sauce that we don't love it for spaghetti sauce. It'll make an okay pizza sauce. So no, it's 10 quarts. 10 quarts, not 20.
Yeah.
And it makes, so we're going to use it for pizza sauce. After that, we canned, I can't remember how many, not a ton, maybe just can or load. And it was, we just sauced it. Like, we didn't season it because we want to work on our recipe because we're not in love with what we've been doing.
Yeah.
So if you have a really good spaghetti sauce recipe, please post it below, link it, or just write it out in the comments. We would love that because we need a really yummy recipe.
Yes,
so I really need to get on these tomatoes and get them up and sauce some more because I'm just behind on all of that.
These peppers are loaded. They need to be picked again, and they're still making blooms.
Really crazy. We have the 9 chili pepper plants, and we picked tons of chilies. We have tons of serranos, tons of poblanos. We had the ground cherries were over there. I don't know if they're still there. They've been doing well, but we haven't picked them. I mean, the kids come down here and eat them. We haven't like harvested them and taken them up and done anything with them other than just the kids eat them. But let's take a hike down the garden. All right, we're gonna do a taste test. There he is. I think this is a Dr. Witchies or Witchies. They're really pretty and they're really yummy.
Mm-hmm.
I might eat the whole thing. That's a good tomato.
It is very
I
good
wish
tomato.
I brought my salt shaker with me. My little pink Himalayan salt. It's like a little mason jar.
Mm-hmm.
Salt my tomato in the garden.
That's very good.
We need to take some up for dinner. We're having burritos again for dinner, so we'll grab a few tomatoes on our way up. But, all right, come down here. All right, this is where our first corn was, and it's gone because it was done producing. We had a few squash plants, and that one's curled up and died. I think it's gotten too cold for squash.
Probably.
But they did pretty well. We got quite a few squash off of them. And then we have our sweet potatoes, which are still, the sweet potatoes are crazy. They're all in here. We have 2 rows, and they're still growing. I'm not sure at what point they're ready. I think I read when the ends of the vines start to die, something like that.
Yeah.
You dig them. So we'll see. Hopefully.
They've been growing for months.
Yeah.
So hopefully there's some big old sweet potatoes in here.
Our plan with them is to just peel them and cube them and can them because we don't have anywhere to store the sweet potatoes without them going bad. So I think that's our plan, is to just can them because we do them since there's 10 of us. It's not like everybody, by the time you doctor a sweet potato for 10 people, everybody, it's cold and it's like an hour. So what we do is we just make a big batch of mashed sweet potatoes with cinnamon and a little bit of sugar and butter, and
tasty.
they're delicious.
Yeah.
Absolutely delicious. Okay, so that's why we planted a bunch, because we want to do that. Well, yeah, that's about it.
We have grown a lot of weeds here this last few weeks.
We really haven't been down here. It's pretty rough. The kids have come down and picked peppers a lot because they like to pick peppers, especially Emma. So she's been coming down and getting peppers. But as far as everything else goes, we've severely neglected the garden because.
But we've had a very successful garden this year, best in several years.
Yeah, it's been really good. We've gotten a lot. We've put up a lot. We can put up some more. So it's not quite finished yet. It's getting close.
Look, the cows are coming. They can hear you
the
talking.
Cows
they
think
hear
I had
us.
something for them.
They're looking for us.
They're like, where are you? And we do have up in the other melon garden. It did pretty well. We had a lot of melons. Of course, a lot of critters got in and ate them. So we We ate some, and the bugs and rabbits and whatever else ate some. So
Right.
we have a ton of loofah gourds up there. Not really sure what I'm going to do with all of them. I mean, I make
a bunch of
soap,
scrubbies.
so I'll put it in my soap, make scrubbies. But they were crazy insane. So I don't think I'll plant that many loofah gourd plants next year.
They really are.
They went crazy.
They're productive.
Yeah. But we really hope that you have enjoyed the garden tours we've been doing all summer, and make sure that you go check out everybody else, because a lot of people put a lot of work into these tours. So there will be a playlist from Homesteaders of America that you can watch. I'll try to link it below in the description. You can watch all the great videos, and if you've missed them from this year, you can go back and go through and see how everybody's gardens progress. I think we've been doing it since May, so you have the whole spring and summer. Anyway, we'll catch you guys on the next video.